Shalom. Before I begin this video, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Rahab Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that are still to this very day continue to rule very well, that's feeding the flock through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. And Shalom, and to the hopefully elect that's continually applying his work, that's giving all diligence to make your calling election sure in all faith, truth, and sincerity. Now, our topic of this video is going to be entitled, The Prudent Man See Where He's Going. All right, and that stands to this very day. You know, that's 100% truth, that the prudent man or the wise man see where he's going, because a man that is a fool, you know, they don't pay much close attention to where they're going, because the way of a fool is a man, you know, going by his way and not knowing what his destination is. All right, because the fool is not going to know what's going to happen until he actually gets to his destination, wherever he's going. All right, but a prudent man, you know, look at the path, right? In other words, that's why I got this image, you know, in front of me right now, where it says, "Look before you leap." All right, so you have to look well to what you're getting yourself into. All right, now that doesn't only go for the doctrine, because, you know, the scriptures speak about that, about how a prudent man look at well to his goings, but also, you know, that's life in general, man. You know, using the wisdom that the Lord gave you to you know, bypass some of the dangers that is in this world, man. That's why this place that we're in now is called the Valley of the Shadow of Death, and one wrong move could cost you your life. All right. So, you know, it's like I'll give you the analogy of, you know, somebody telling somebody else to jump off a cliff, right? But you know, somebody tell you, you know, you jump off this cliff, man, you're gonna, you know, you can fly. You're going to be able to fly, and, you know, this and that and the third, you know, try to convince you to do whatever they're doing. You know, I'm just using the cliff as an example. But, you know, they basically giving off every word, you know, trying to entice you to do what you're not supposed to be doing according to the scriptures. But you have to have the foresight to see, you know, what's at the end of what's in front of you. Because, you know, that's a recurrent thing with Israel. You know, Israel would always get into something that they're not supposed to be getting into, not knowing their latter end. That's why if you go into the book of Deuteronomy, it says, they would consider their latter end. Right? Because Israel, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they're not looking at their latter end, man. They're not considering their latter end to the things that they're doing. All right? So therefore, that's why they don't have the foresight to see what's coming down the pipeline, because the Lord has not given them the prudence and the wisdom to see it. All right, but us that's here in this faith, that's in this truth right now, we have the foresight to see it, because we're men of wisdom. All right, so therefore the Lord has blessed us with this wisdom to use it. All right, to stand against all the traps and the dangers and the death that is waiting at every corner in this place called Babylon, man, which is America. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the scriptures. It's like I had it. Yeah, here it is. This Proverbs, the 14th chapter, and it's like I lost my place for a second. Bear me for 1 second. I had it. I know it's in the book of Proverbs. It's Proverbs, the 14th chapter, in the 15th verse. It says, "The simple believeth every word." All right. So the simple man believe every word that is said, man. All right. You know, they'll just take it for face value for what they hear. All right. And right then and there, they get enticed into whatever it is that's being pushed in front of them. All right. Such is the way of Babylon, man. That's why Babylon is known as the whore. All right. Which, a whore would try to do everything in her power to get you into her bed chambers. All right. And to lie with you. All right. So the things concerning Babylon, that's why, especially among our people, they're completely in tune with Babylon. They're in tune with darkness right now. They're in one accord with wickedness. So anything that's spouted out of the mouths of these 2/3 Israelites, which the 2/3 are said to be destroyed, by the way, pertaining unto Zechariah the 13th chapter, starting at the 9th verse. It's like it's starting at the 8th verse, going to verse 9. 2/3 of Israelites. Then you have the rest of then you have Esau, of course, which at the end of those things is death, man. All right, that's why the place is known as the valley of the shadow of death. So once again, in verse 15 said, the simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his goings. All right, so the prudent man, the man of wisdom, looks well to his goings, man. All right, so we know where we're going, man. We know what our end is, man. Because we know the scriptures. Okay, we searched out the scriptures. All right, we searched out the precepts. All right, and we're following the precepts the way it's written, man. Okay, in the hopes to obtain salvation and to inherit the kingdom alongside with Yahushua, which is these people inwardly called Jesus, as joint heirs. All right. So we look well to our goings, and we know exactly where we're going, man. All right. Versus a man that is simple, that probably subscribe to the black, maybe subscribe to the black unconscious community, might subscribe to their local church, or being a 5% or whatever is put in front of them, man. They'll get right into it without even looking before they leap into it, man. All right. So that I want to move on to the next precept. So it's 1 John the 4th chapter and first verse. It says, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of the Most High." See? So it says, try the spirits, whether they are of the Most High, man. The men of the Lord that you see out in the highways and byways, our spirits have been tried, man. Actually, we had one person that came up to the camp, at our camp, right? And, we conversed with him before, right? And then we just recently ran into him again. And he said he went and researched what we told him. Did his own research and study, and he came to find out that everything that we told him was true. All right, and he said it right on camera, man. All right, which that was actually last week in the camp that happened, but yeah, man. Actually, the people go and research what we say, man. They'll find out that we're right, man. All right. Same thing with the men of the Lord that came into this thing, right? They had teachers that taught them, right? Which they're still teaching today, which is still our teachers. All right, might I add, which are the apostle elders of Great Millstone, which they told us the truth. They brought up facts, brought out scriptures, brought out the prophecies. All right, and we went and researched it, and guess what? They were right. All right. It only takes a man of wisdom to understand that, man. But it's a fact, a known fact, that wisdom is not given to everybody. All right. Wisdom is not given to everybody because the Lord has given certain men prudence and wisdom, which falls right along with the eye salve, right, in the scriptures. to be able to see where they're going. All right. And actually, let me grab one last precept. I'm going to close it on out. All right, this book of Matthew is the 15th chapter and the 14th verse, right? Because you have self-proclaimed leaders that claim to be leaders of the people, of our people, should I say, which are leading our people astray. All right, which that's why this truth is so precious, because there's only a few men that's gonna run into this, because you got other doctrines that's being pushed out throughout the society. All right, so this Matthew is the 15th chapter and the 14th verse says, "Let them alone." So even our Lord Yahweh Shai, who these people even call Jesus, he even said, "Look, let them alone, man." In other words, leave them alone. Let them go about what they're doing, man. All right, let them keep doing what they're doing. Because why? If you read on, it says, "They be blind leaders of the blind," and it says, "And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch." All right, so Yahweh Shai said, "Look, man, just leave them alone." And they're both blind, man. And that blind leader is going to lead that person that's also blind. They're both going to fall into the ditch, which is destruction. All right, which that's what happens to the simple that don't look well to their goings, man. They run right into destruction. All right, whether it'll happen right then and there, might run into a situation might cost them their life, or it might land them all the way up, or it might lead them all the way up to the thermonuclear missiles come. All right, the ICBMs. So, let's just go to show you that the Lord was only dealing with the ones that have wisdom. Actually, let me see if I can grab that precept. There's Wisdom of Solomon, the 7th chapter, in the 28th verse. It says, "For the Most High loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom." All right. So the one that dwells with wisdom, the Most High has love for that individual, for that man, the Israelite man, should I say. All right. So the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai is going to bless that man with the eye salve. He's going to anoint that man's eyes with eye salve so they can see where he's going. All right. And we have the eye salve, and we're giving it out liberally, as is commanded by our Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai. All right, because when you come to find out, when you come to the camps and you run into the videos, it's like running into a merchant shop. You have some eye salve, you have some oil, you got some jewelry, you got the garments. So it's like a smorgasbord, for lack of a better term. It's like a smorgasbord of different items, and you take your pick. You consider what's in front of you, which takes wisdom, by the way, because wisdom, Scripture speak about, as it is written, it says through wisdom you consider a field, and by wisdom a field is considered and is bought, for lack of a better term, or it's like roughly paraphrasing. It says she consider a field and buyeth it. All right. So the wisdom, you're going to consider what you're seeing in front of you, man. You're going to consider this merchant shop, which, hey, that's a beautiful lesson to go into. You're going to consider the merchant shop, right? And what the items that's in front of you, you're going to buy. All right. But these things that we offer are free, man. All right. Like the Scripture says, it says, buy the truth and sell it not. All right. Which some camps fail to do that. Case in point, IUIC. All right. But that's pretty much it on this video. Lord's will, this was edifying to the body of Yahweh Bashim Shai, to the members of the Hope Elect. And until next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that continually rule very well. Shalom and peace and safety to the hopeful elect that's continually laboring this work, that's spreading this ministry and this gospel to the other members of the hopeful elect in all faith, true sincerity. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.